Hey guys, this is going to be a very different video that I usually make. I usually don't really make movie review videos, but in this particular case, had to make this video. Now, certain people know of Star Wars, and Star Wars is a super popular franchise started by George Lucas and now owned by Disney. They just recently released their movie The Last Jedi. Some people loved it, some people hated it, some people like me are in the middle. Now, you might get spoiled in this video, so for anyone that's watching and still hasn't watched The Last Jedi and wants to watch The Last Jedi, I suggest do not watch the rest of this video. Now, why am I talking about Star Wars? You might be asking. It's because Star Wars, that franchise, I've never told anyone this, but Star Wars is pretty much the franchise or series that inspired me to be what I am today, to start animation. Star Wars was what really solidified my interest in animation and drawing and storytelling. Because originally I just like to draw. I didn't really like to do stories. I'll do little stories in my head, but I never took it seriously. But Star Wars really inspired me to make it something serious, and I was really disappointed in the way the direction they took in this movie. Not to say that there were some things that I liked. The visuals were amazing. There were certain key elements that they had in the movie that I found were excellent. Now, there were certain characters, certain like story plots that they took, directions that they took of some of these characters that were just like, it was like whack. Some of the jokes, like even the jokes, it was very like Force Awakens. Honestly, I didn't really like it either. I didn't like Force Awakens all that much either. But the jokes in that movie weren't as over the top as the jokes in this movie. Like, they're literally trying to make you laugh in every serious scene. Which, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to relieve the tension, but they're trying to relieve the tension a bit too much in some of these scenes, when tension needed to be there. And it became something that the jokes got so over the top that you could already tell what's going to happen. There's no seriousness in this scene, so why should I take it seriously, is what I felt. Like the scenes with Poe and this Asian character, I guess her name is Rose, I think. I was scratching my head and I was like, why is this here? The whole entire subplot of these two characters were like unnecessary. In my opinion, Poe and the entire new franchise is one of the most interesting characters there, and they just wasted his character. His character had such potential to be like one of the greats, and they just screwed it up. I just don't understand why they did that. Rey in this movie was like, I'm happy that they gave her a bit more like depth to her character arc, because the first movie was terrible with her. I'm happy that they did, but it wasn't much to keep me grasped into the scene. Kylo Ren, I'm happy he's not that whining little brat he was in the first movie. Super annoying, being whining all the time. I was like, I just wanted to slap the crap out of this kid. Honest. Snoke in this movie was a complete waste of time. They built him up to be like this super incredible god in the Star Wars, and he was completely wasted in this movie. Like, literally wasted and figuratively speaking wasted. The one thing I couldn't stand is how they took Leia's character. Leia's character, I felt, was not used to the fullest extent of their abilities. Leia was like, there's a scene in the movie where if you watched it, you'll probably laugh, pretty much. In the movie theaters when I watched this, I was holding myself from cracking up, because it was so funny and out of place that it was terrible. And the way they took her character out, if you're gonna kill the character, kill her. Don't be so like afraid about it, just do it. And they turn him into like a Mary Poppins character. Everybody's talking about her as a Mary Poppins, and it's like true. And there's so many plot holes in this movie. There's so many like directions that they took these characters in and all that stuff. Captain Phasma for The Force Awakens was nonsense in this movie too. turned out to be a nobody. But the one sin that I couldn't forgive at all is their direction with Luke Skywalker. Like, of all the characters that they've like completely butchered, what they did to Luke Skywalker was unbelievably depressing. I was really disappointed in what they did to him. They maybe it's because they hyped up his character being in this movie. He was gonna be this like hermit Yoda type character, which was cool, but the way they took his character in this movie, the direction they took his character, just messed everything up. And honestly, I have to tell you, if you're a true Star Wars fan and you watch this movie, most likely you're not gonna like it. Now, if you're just looking, not to say that this movie is not cool to watch. It was a cool movie, not gonna lie. But the certain directions that they took of this movie was like completely, in my opinion, just flawed. Like, they didn't really think about these things. I know they wanted to push these new characters for a new age of Star Wars, but they screwed it up. I'm sorry. I honestly don't have hope in the next movie being good, because this movie is a complete mess. I hear J.J. Abrams is gonna do the next one. He's literally gonna need the Force to help him out with this one, because honestly, the way they left this movie towards the end was just terrible. Now, you guys must be wondering, it's just a movie. It's just a movie. Yeah, it is just a movie. But this movie is pretty much what helped me construct my comic D Hunter. The way Luke was written, the way he goes from a farmer boy all the way to this like powerful Jedi, is what helped me construct the story for D Hunter. Now, I'm gonna praise this Last Jedi for taking risks, but some of the decisions that they took were I gotta say, weren't really what I was expecting. And so, honestly, I didn't like the movie. In my opinion, this movie is like a 5. The only reason it's helping this movie stay a 5 is because of the visuals, and that's pretty much it. The visuals and the special effects in this movie are probably better than the last movie, Force Awakens. The starfights, starfighter fights, and all the dog fights in the movie were awesome. The special effects here and there were awesome, but if the acting isn't there, if the character directions, if the plot isn't there, and this movie could have the best graphics, but it's gonna be crappy. So in the end, I want to say I'm probably not gonna watch the next movie. I'm not interested in it. I've already watched this Last Jedi movie twice. I'm not gonna waste another cent on this cash cow. So all I want to say is say thanks for the support. Sorry for this out of place video, but as I said, I wanted to start doing videos where I talk about like other stuff while I'm drawing with you guys to get your opinions. And I just want to say thanks for all the support. If you like what you see, please subscribe. What you're seeing right now that I'm doing is actually the new pages, the next 2 pages that I've done for the comic and the eventual motion comic that I'm working on. So slowly but surely we're getting to the end of this first chapter. So as I said, thanks for your support, and I'll see you on the next manga update. Thanks again.